Sleep, one of the greatest things life has to offer. It's like going into the afterlife, except you do it on purpose, every night. But although getting a nice rest can be relaxing and refreshing to the body, the mind is where things get a little funky. Apparently, when you're not conscious at the moment, your brain takes over your mind and creates an entire story, known as a dream. They can be terrifying, enjoyable, or just straight up weird. Probably 90% of my dreams are weird. I honestly don't know what to make of them, but that'll make my interpretations more interesting. Now, let's get into my head and talk about my dreams. The thing about my dreams is that they have absolutely no meaning. I feel like my brain just likes to take random things in my head and turn it into a story, except it's making it as it goes along like it's AI generated. So, here's some of my weird dreams. Bear with me, because these will make no sense. One dream, I was in an arcade, and I was getting chased by the Angry Birds. I don't know what else to say. Another one was when I was with a group of people, hanging out. I knew who these people were in real life, but we weren't close, although we acted like friends in the dream. We were at the mall, and they wanted me to dye my hair. I think they wanted me to have purple. After that, my parents came to pick me up, and I left with them. Then, I saw my 7th grade teacher outside. She was a traffic controller, and she was smacking the road using the stop sign in her hand. I was like, so she retired to become this? And that was it. I also had a dream where I was with a completely different friend, and we were standing outside a pool, and it was raining. The friend was holding a bag of dirt. After a few minutes of staring at the pool, we saw 2 kids that we didn't know. They looked like twins. The friend randomly decided to throw the bag into the pool, thus changing the color of it entirely. Those twins started yelling at us, probably because they weren't happy about it. We ran away and hid in a dirty crawl space. You're probably thinking, wow, these dreams feel really short. And you're right, because they are. My dreams come in little chunks, where a completely different story happens suddenly, and you don't even remember the transition. So far, these dreams feel pretty random, but those are what I consider the usual dreams. I also had quite unnerving dreams. Not nightmares, just some freaky dreams that you definitely wouldn't want to happen in real life, if it were possible. I remember an old dream where I was at a house party with my friend, and we were both pretty young there. We were told not to go upstairs as it's usually prohibited during parties. However, being the rebellious kids, we didn't follow. We went up there, and it was a jungle, or a rainforest. Either way, it was dark and ominous. Suddenly, we saw a tiger of some sort, roaring at us and sprinting toward us at full speed. We were scared to death there, so we began running. All the way back downstairs, we were petrified. So what did we do about it? We went up again, then ran back down, then up again. And the process repeats. It may seem funny now, but I honestly was terrified. But for some reason, I don't know why I was so tempted to keep going back up there. Another frightening dream I had took place on a ferry. Specifically, 2 ferries. I was on one of them, and my friend was on the other. They forgot their jacket on mine, so I had to take it and give it back to them. But we were separated by being on 2 completely different ferries. So for some reason, there was a rope that was attaching the ferries together. So the only way to get across was to hold onto that rope for dear life. It was a heavily rainy place, and it was stormy too. They really made the intensity of making it across more difficult. Seriously, I'm not afraid of heights that much, but that was absolutely terrifying. I think I woke up before I got across. These are some of the iconic dreams I remember the most. And like I said, these dreams are short, so I can't really wrap it all into one big event, as there's not much to say about it. But there's this series of dreams that I've gotten that will haunt me forever. Have you ever dreamt of the same person over and over again? I have, and my brain decided to choose the worst person ever possible. In elementary school, I used to have a friend that I hung out with a lot. We had our similarities and differences, but we were still close friends. But as time went on, our relationship felt different as we were getting older and our personalities developed. They felt like a completely different person since I last saw them. And to be honest, I didn't like them anymore. And I still don't. Yet, my brain keeps passing them into my dreams so many times. It's almost as if my brain is telling me I should have kept our connection. But I didn't. I've had several instances of that person appearing in my dreams multiple times, and I hate it. And it usually has the same scenario, but with different endings. It normally starts out with me awkwardly being forced to meet them, and we either split apart or come together again. Regardless, I still hate it. When I wake up and realize that it wasn't real, a rush of relief comes through. While I'm on the topic of the term waking up, I thought I'd talk about what I like to call half dreams. These dreams are a lot easier to wake up to whenever I want. Basically, I'm still dreaming, but I'm aware that I'm in my bed, still lying down. The best part about these dreams is that I can stop it whenever. All I have to do is wake up. In fact, I've had one half dream where I was in class, and the teacher asked the class a question. The teacher ended up choosing me to answer, and obviously I didn't have an answer, nor did I want to answer. Since I was in my half dream, I'm not letting this dream continue. That's the beauty of half dreams. It's probably the closest I could get to lucid dreaming. In all honesty, I actually really enjoy dreams. Even if I have a terrible time in a certain dream, it's always funny to laugh about it after I wake up. I just love my own imagination. Most of the time. The only time I'd hate it is if it were to remind me of that old ex-friend I once had. Let's just hope that it doesn't happen again. But until then, good night and sweet dreams.